Verse 8 of the Tao Te Ching is all about knowing when to stop. Dear boomers, today we explore this verse, the 9th verse of the Tao Te Ching, a passage that gently yet firmly invites us into a truth we often resist, the wisdom of knowing when to stop. The wisdom of knowing when enough is enough. To keep on keeping on, we can risk everything kind of overflowing. We don't know when to stop. How often have we been conditioned to keep going, to do more, to achieve more, to accumulate more, even when our hands are already full, even when our souls are weary? But Lao Tzu says, stop, not as a punishment, but as a peace, as a release, because when our cup is full, pouring more creates a mess. There is a spiritual maturity in stopping, in walking away from the chase, and recognizing that sharpening the blade endlessly only dulls it in the end. Sharpen a blade too much, and its edge will soon be lost. So, especially when we're young, we're encouraged to push the limits, and that has its place. But now, we're called to temper our ambitions with the grace of sufficiency. It's not about giving up. It's about letting go at the right time. It's about savoring what's here rather than grasping for more. And really, you can look at your cluttered spaces in this way and just clear it out. Fill your house with jade and gold, and it brings insecurity. We do know this to be true. The more we accumulate, the more we fear losing it. The more we build our identities on things or titles or accomplishments, the more fragile our inner peace becomes. But how much is enough? When does the constant doing become a distraction from being? So, think about this. When you puff yourself with honor and pride, and no one can save you from a fall, the ego will always want more recognition, more applause. But what the Tao reminds us is that the higher we puff ourselves up, the harder we fall when life humbles us. And life will humble us. Aging itself is the great equalizer. It invites us gently, persistently, to retire from the striving and re-enter the flow of being. So, retire when the work is done. This is the way of heaven, says the Tao Te Ching. Verse 9. What if the greatest wisdom now is in your ability to stop, to pause, to appreciate, and to be? What if your legacy is not in how much you have amassed, but in how peacefully you can let it go? The Tao Te Ching teaches us that balance is found in moderation, in surrender, and in completion. So, my dear boomers, let's ask ourselves today, what in our lives are you and me overfilling the cup? Where can you soften the striving? Where is it time to say, the work is done? And in that space, says the Tao, heaven begins. Please subscribe to the channel, and we will see you again tomorrow.